Hello and welcome back to Throttle Logic. Today we're going to be looking at our engine braking and our gearing and how to assist that with our riding. As you can see here, we're riding a bit of a technical section here through some country lanes. The speeds are relatively low, however engine braking still forms a massive part of this and making sure our gearing is correct too. Engine braking is, as we said in previous videos, the art of being able to slow your bike down gradually using the engine, making sure you're anticipating and you're observing the road ahead in order to create this. Making sure you're at the correct gear is essential, particularly when engine braking. In the twisties, you'll find very often if you're in far too high gear, you're going to struggle to make any progress at all, and you'll notice the performance of the bike is significantly down. So talking about gearing then, and the RPM you want to try and have on the bike, we typically find that most people will ride as if they're driving a car. They'll sit between sort of 2,000 and 4,000 RPM, looking to be a bit more economical, trying to save that fuel, but they're not really getting the performance out of the bike. So one of the many benefits of being on the bike is the ability to have a far greater rev range and far more usable rev range as well. On this particular example, it goes all the way up to about 11,000 or so at the red line, which I don't encourage, going up to consistently. However, the power is there if you need it. From a personal perspective, I tend to ride anywhere from about 3,000 or so, all the way up to 9 or even 10,000 occasionally, really to get the acceleration out of the bike. Particularly when changing up gear, we're looking to accelerate and not short shift at all, making sure we're making full use of the bike's engine. When it comes to engine braking, you don't want to keep the bike too low, so sort of 2,000-3,000 revs is a little bit too low for the majority of bikes to be sat at. However, you don't want to overwork the bike as well, sitting at 10,000 RPM consistently. Anywhere from 4,000 to 8,000 I normally would aim for. That gives you enough power on the bike just to roll off if required, but also allows your engine acceleration so it picks up nice and quickly as soon as you roll the throttle on. In this video clip here, I'm consistently sat in third gear and using the engine revs just to go up and down the rev gauge, just making use of the engine acceleration and braking. Our first hazard here is on the near side, which is a works van. You can see I've just rolled down, still in third gear, from 60 back down to about 40 or so, and picked it up again afterwards. Making sure my riding is smooth and consistent at all times, but at the same time reducing wear and tear on the brake pads. Again, we've got another near side hazard up ahead, so just rolling off the throttle here, no other actions required, just moving away to maintain my safety bubble and making sure I'm using those engine revs where possible. As always, make sure you keep your vision up, enabling you to plan ahead as far as possible, build those engine revs and the engine braking into your riding plan, and make sure that you are reducing wear and tear and making your riding smoother as a whole where appropriate.